Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Lockitz, and I'm excited to welcome you to our congregation. Standing at the bima behind me is Cantor Seeger, and she's going to be helping us with our service this morning as well. Playing the piano is Rita Lusky, and she's going to continue providing that beautiful music for our worship this morning. And I think many of you know Isaac, who's sitting up on the bima over there. He's preparing to become a bar mitzvah, and we are all excited to celebrate with him and his family. To his left is Kent Rissman, who is a member of our Board of Trustees and is a support for Isaac on the bima this morning, also representing our congregation and our board. And to Isaac's right is Rabbi Crimmings. We all wish you a Shabbat Shalom. We are going to be praying this morning using our Beit Shalom Shabbat Morning Prayer Book, which is the loose leaf-bound prayer book that you can find in a seat pocket nearby. If you're familiar with our service, we hope you'll participate and join us in the prayers. And if you're not familiar with a Jewish Shabbat morning service, we still hope you'll follow along because the prayer book is full of explanations and commentaries that will help you understand what it is that we are doing this morning. We're going to begin on page 4, singing Modeh Ani at the bottom of the page. It's a good time to take out your cell phones and cameras and make sure they're turned to off. We won't be using them during our service this morning, so make sure they're off so they don't become a distraction. And also, one more thing about the prayer book, when you see italicized print in English, that's when we are asking you to read along with us as a congregation. Page 4. Continue on page 6 with the blessing for Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who hallows us with your mitzvot and commands us to engage in the study of Torah. Together.
Eternal our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us and to the house of Israel, your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. Blessed is Adonai, the teacher of Torah to your people Israel.
Some of Judaism's greatest values are expressed in the next prayer, Elu Divarim, on page 7. We hope you'll join us.
אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור, 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 Hashkamat Beit HaMikdash Shacharit
We continue on page 9 with the chanting of our Nisim B'chol Yom. These are praises for everyday miracles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes with awareness. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who spreads out the earth upon the waters. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who makes firm our steps. Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam,
who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who forms me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me to be free. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who provides for all my needs. Let's turn together to page 12 as we continue with the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemir Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'almad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei.
B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala bagala uvizman karim. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam le'amei amaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitala Shemid Kudeshah
Berichu
le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran bi'alma. Amen.
Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed.
Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due.
Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due, now and forever.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, osei shalom uvorei et hakol, hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit, ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha, titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shavach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita yefarucha sela, or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizkech ulanu mehera le'oro, baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'me'orot. Let's turn to page 14, and we'll read responsively in English. Deep is your love for us, abiding your compassion. From of old we have put our trust in you, and you have taught us the laws of life. Be gracious now to us, that we may understand and fulfill the teachings of your word.
Enlighten our eyes in your Torah, that we may cling to your mitzvot. Unite our hearts to love and revere your name. We trust in you and rejoice in your saving power, for you are the source of our help. You have called us and drawn us near to you in faithfulness. Joyfully we lift up our voices and proclaim your unity, O God. In love you have called us to your service. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. You may be seated, and we'll continue on page 16.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאת ידכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם emet.
Let's turn to page 17, and we'll read responsibly. True and enduring, beloved and precious, awesome, good, and beautiful is this eternal teaching.
This truth we hold to be forever certain. The eternal God is our ruler. You are the rock of Jacob, our protecting shield.
You abide through all generations. Your name is eternal. Your throne stands firm. Your sovereignty and faithfulness are everlasting.
Your words live and endure, true and precious to all eternity.
Adonai, our God, you redeemed us from Egypt.
You set us free from the house of bondage.
For this, the people who felt your love sang songs of praise to you.
The living God, high and exalted, mighty and awesome,
who humbles the proud and raises the lowly, who frees the captive and redeems the oppressed.
Who is the answer to all who cry out? All praise to God Most High, the source of blessing. Like Moses, Miriam, and Israel, we sing to you this song of rejoicing. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Shira chadasha, shibechu geulim l'shimcha. Al sefat hayam, yachad kulam hotu, v'him lichu, v'yameru. Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch, le'olam ata Adonai.
Shalom.
Ga'al Yisrael. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit hilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach u'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim beChesed, Mechayeh HaKol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha pal gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanat al hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Nekadesh Shimcha ba'olam, Keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom, Kakatuv al yad neviecha, V'kara zel zeh ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Meloch ol haaretz, Kevodo, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Matir Shimecha bechol haaretz, Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu ve'hu Yashmienu, birachamav le'enei kol chai. Ani Adonai Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Yichzion, ledor vador. Hallelujah. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, nagid God lecha. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, nagid God lecha. Ulenetzach netzachim, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushatcha, kedushatcha nakdish. Ulenetzach netzachim, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushatcha, kedushatcha nakdish. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador.
ושפחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם לעולם ועד. ושפחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may be seated. We'll continue singing together on the bottom of page 22, Yismechu.
ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישמעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקירשת שבת, חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת שבת. ישמחו במלאכותיך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
We'll take a few moments now for silent meditation. You can use the words that are in our prayer book through page 27 or the words in your own heart.
Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru
We have come to Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of the Torah, and it's during the Torah service that we officially celebrate our young adults becoming Jewish adults, becoming bar or bat mitzvah. And we think that's a good place for that celebration to occur because the Torah is the great symbol of Jewish responsibility. And we think that being a Jewish adult is all about taking on a new kind of responsibility. Up until this point, Isaac's been studying and being a part of the community and doing everything that we hope our young people do in order to prove to us that we can trust them, that we can put our faith in them, that they will be the link, the next link in a chain that goes all the way back to Moses on Mount Sinai. That involves being a part of the community. It involves studying in our religious school for many years. It involves doing acts of tikkun olam, of working to make the world a better place. And it really involves being a promise that our traditions will be carried on. And Isaac has done all of these things. In some ways, it's been easy for Isaac because he comes from a family that does all of these things. And so we're very proud of him, we're proud of his family, and it's a delight to call him a bar mitzvah today as we call him to the bima, and each turn to page 28.
Happy is the one who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding. For its fruits are better than silver, its yield than fine gold. It's more precious than rubies, no treasure can match it. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed, al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut hasadim. The world stands on three things, on Torah, worship, and loving deeds.
We call Billy Lubin and Nadine DePierre to the bima to open the ark, and we call Pearl and Hillary and Ricky and Edith and David and Miriam to join us here as well. Please rise.
Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed. Al Torah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al Torah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim.
Isaac, I want you to look in two places right now. The first is up above the ark where it says, Da lifnei mi ata omed, which means, of course, know before whom you stand. We understand that in two ways. One way is that we always stand before God. The other is that we stand before our fellow human beings. And you are standing before your family and your friends and your community who are all here to celebrate with you today. The other place I want you to look is right back there on that column. See, there's that globe right there?
Yeah.
Your great-grandmother, Gigi, is watching you through that globe right there because there's a camera and she's somewhere in the world. Where is she? New York, live streaming your bar mitzvah right now so that she could be with you today. So it's wonderful to know that she is there and present with you and your family because she is an important link in the chain that joins you to Moses on Mount Sinai. Our tradition teaches us that the Torah was given to Moses on Mount Sinai, and he brought it down and passed it on to Joshua and the prophets and the elders and so on until it reaches you today. And it reaches you through those generations of your family. So your great-grandmother who was watching, and the generation of your grandparents, who in turn passed it on to your parents. And with Olivia looking on, waiting for her special day down the road, it becomes yours.
Let us Havu Godel Lelochenu Utnu Chavod La Torah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch Shanatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shanatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato.
Beit Yaakov lelchu v'nelcha be'or Adonai. O house of Jacob, come, let us walk by the light of our God.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, God Elul Adonai iti, unerubimo Shemo yachdav, Lecha Adonai Agdulha, v'hagvura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach v'hahod, ki chor b'shamayim uva'aretz, ki chor b'shamayim uva'aretz, lecha Adonai hamamlacha, v'hamit na'aseh lechol lerosh. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam umelo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam umelo.
I'm going to invite Olivia and Jimena to the bima to help us undress the Torah.
Yiram hayam umelo. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam umelo. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz.
My Torah portion for this Shabbat is Bishalach from the book of Exodus, chapter 14, beginning with verse 15. You may find it in your Torah commentaries on page 479. Please follow along with me in English as I chant the Hebrew.
That was page 479 in the Torah commentary. If you're sitting in the first couple of rows, you have to reach behind you to grab the Torah commentary. Otherwise, you can find it in a seat pocket in front of you. Page 479. Isaac has broken his Torah portion up into 4 different aliyot, 4 different sections, so that he could invite others to come and stand with him at the bima and at the Torah while he chants, and they do the blessing over the Torah. So for the first aliyah, we call Stacy and Josh Walla and Natanya Swirsky. Ya'amdu et b'vracha Levi, Ephraim, Natanya lichvod HaTorah.
Baruch et Adonai HaMavorach.
Baruch Adonai Amvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, Ma titzak Eli daber el bnei Israel ve'yisa'u ve'ata harem ematecha unten ed yadcha al hayam uvkaehu ve'yavo bnei Israel betoch hayam bayabasha va'ani hineni mehazek et lev Mitzrayim va'yavo aharehem ve'ikavdi b'faro uv'hol helo Berichbo ufarashav ve'yad'u Mitzrayim ki ani Adonai behikavdi b'faro Berichbo ufarashav.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Misha berach avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah hu yivarech et kol ele she'alu hayom lichvod ha'makom lichvod ha'Torah v'lichvod ha'Shabbat v'lichvod Yitzchak Baruch. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless those before you who have come to the bima today to honor Shabbat, to honor the Torah, to honor God, and of course to honor Isaac. And may they be blessed with health and life and happiness and joy today and every day, as together we say, Amen. For this second aliyah, we call Isaac's grandparents, Hillary and Ricky Lubin and Edith Roldan. Ya'amdu Chana v'Reuven v'Ruth lichvod HaTorah.
Baruch Adonai Amvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayisa malach Elohim haholech lifnei mahane Yisrael vayelech me'aharehem vayisa amud he'anan mipnehem vayamod me'aharehem uvne vayavo bein mahane Mitzrayim uvein mahane Yisrael vayehi he'anan v'chahoshe Vaya'er et halayla, velo karav ze el ze kol halayla, vayet Moshe et yado al hayam vayolech Adonai et hayam beruach kadim azar kol halayla vayasem et hayam leharava v'yibak'u chamayim vayavo bein Bnei Israel betoch hayam bayabasha v'chamayim lachem homa miminam umismolam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah v'chayei olam natanu b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless Isaac's grandparents who come to the Bima today to kavel in their pride and honor of bringing their grandson to the Bima, and we celebrate with them, and we ask God for health and happiness today and every day, as together we say, Amen. And we have come to the third Aliyah. This is Isaac's penultimate Aliyah on this morning, and this means this one is reserved for his parents. So we call David and Miriam to the Bima. Ya'amdu Abba Udevora Lichvod HaTorah.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Vayirdefu Mitzrayim vayavo acharehem kol sus paro richbo ufarashav el toch hayam vayehi be'ashmoret haboker vayishkef Adonai emachane Mitzrayim be'amud esh ve'anan vayahom et machane Mitzrayim vayasar et ofan markevotav vayenachagehu bichvedut Vayomer Mitzrayim anusa mipnei Yisrael ki Adonai nelcham lahem hem b'Mitzrayim. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe nete et yadcha al hayam vayashuvu chamayim al Mitzrayim al richbo ve'al parashav.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah hu yivorech et hahorei habachur habar mitzvah hayom. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless Isaac's parents, Miriam and David. They thank you for the strength you have granted them to help raise Isaac and to help him reach this moment of crossing that threshold into Jewish adulthood. Guide them to recognize his new responsibilities among the Jewish people today and every day, as together we say, Amen. Up until this point, Isaac has been chanting from the Torah really to allow others the privilege of coming and standing at the Torah. And now we make a distinction between those aliyot and the next one. It's during this next one that he officially crosses that threshold into Jewish adulthood by chanting not just the Torah, but also the blessing that goes with it, and officially having his own aliyah. And we make a distinction between this one and the others by having him chant from a different Torah scroll, one that remains upright in our ark. So I'm going to ask you all to rise as you look over his shoulder. Ya'amod habar mitzvah, Ya'amod Yitzchak Baruch ben Abba Udevor Lichvod HaTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, benatan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayed Moshe et yado al hayam, vayashov hayam, lifnot boker le'etano, umitzrayim nasim likrato, v'yina'er Adonai, et Mitzrayim betoch hayam, shuvu hamayim, v'kasu et harehev et haparashim, lechol chel paro habaim, aharehem bayam, lo nishar bahem ad echad, uvnei Yisrael chalchu bayabasha betoch hayam, v'chamayim lachem homa miminam umismolam, vayosha Adonai bayom hahu et Yisrael miyad Mitzrayim, vayar Yisrael et Mitzrayim meit al sefat hayam, vayar Yisrael et hayad hagadolah, aser asat Adonai b'Mitzrayim, vayir'u ha'am et Adonai, ve'ya'aminu b'Adonai, u'v'Moshe avdo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet v'hayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen. Misha berach avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, hu yivorech et habachur habar mitzvah, Yitzchak Baruch. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless this bar mitzvah Isaac, who has marked this occasion by being called to the Torah. He has come to the Bima with reverence for God, to thank God for all the good which has been his since the day of his birth. May the Holy One, praised be Adonai, grant him a long life, and may he walk on God's path, studying God's teachings and learning God's ways. May he prosper in all his worthy endeavors and find favor before God and his fellow human beings. And may his parents continue to rear him toward manhood, imbued with the love of Torah and the performance of good deeds, and may they be privileged someday to bring him back to stand here beneath the chuppah as together we say, Amen. You may be seated. Just as I have been asking for God's blessing, Amisha Berach, on each of the people called to the Torah this morning, we also ask for Amisha Berach now on those who are members of our community, those who are connected to our members who need Amisha Berach, a blessing of healing or a blessing of protection. In a moment, I'll ask if there are others we should consider with our prayer as well. In this Shabbat, we think of Renee Sell, Ryan Piper, Larry Cohen, Tzipora, Louise Siegel, Ellen Greenberg, Ken Fishman, Brent Allison, Yaron, Panina Miriam, Esther Begum, Ted Stone, Maureen Ziv, Linda Lashkowitz, Carmen Wood, Jay Weinblatt, Shirley Weissman, Bonita Johnson, Rini Goldish, Karen Dingle, Chuck Conrad, Andrew Jaffe, Jim Levitas, Taylor Boyle, Mary Sue Kern, Rhonda Garvis, Dina, Olivia Nord, Lee Mannheimer, Sue Weber, Miriam Spillman, Jim Landy, Mark Van Note, Rabbi Lynn Landsberg, Sigmund Stern, Shirley Thomas, John Trachtenberg, Naomi Reyna, Lenny Leader, Beverly Stern. And we think of Nadav Vinish, who is serving in Israel's Defense Forces, the IDF, and we pray for his well-being, as well as praying for the well-being of Jamie Larson, who is serving in the United States military. If there are others you would like to consider with this Misha Berach prayer on the Shabbat, I invite you to add names silently or aloud as I look your way. Our Misha Berach prayer is found on page 32 in the prayer book.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We are going to lift and dress the Torah in Hagbah and Galila, and I'm going to invite to the bima Olivia and Gabriel Wallach and Vivian and Benjamin Wallach. Please come and help us. As we lift the Torah, you'll see that the text looks a little unusual, and that is the actual story of the crossing of the sea, the escape from Egypt. You can see it sort of pictorially shown in the font of the text, so please look for that as we lift the Torah. Please rise.
V'zot HaTorah, v'zot HaTorah, asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael, al pi Adonai, al pi Adonai, al pi Adonai, al pi Adonai, beyad Moshe.
My Haftarah portion for this morning is Beshalach from the book of Judges, chapter 4, beginning with verse 4. You may find it in your Torah commentaries on page 703. Please follow along with me as I chant the Hebrew.
It's right there. No. Turn the page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'direhem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'invei ha'emet b'tzedek. Udevora isha nevi'ah eshet lapidot hi shofta et Yisrael ba'et hahi vahi yoshevet tahat omer devora bein harama uvein beit el bechar Ephraim vaya'alu elecha b'nei Yisrael lamishpat vatishlach Vatikra levarak ben Avinoam mikedesh Naftali vatomre elav halo siva Adonai Elohei Yisrael lehu mashachta vechar tavor velakachta imcha aseret alafim ish bivnei Naftali ubivnei Zevulun umashachti elecha El Nahal Kishon, et Sisra Sarzava, Yavin, ve'et Richbo ve'et Hamono, untatihu beyadecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sur kol haolamim, sadik behol hadaro, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, ha'medaber u'mekayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha, lichavod ultifaret, al ha'kol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach, u'mevarchim otah yitbarak shimha befi kol chai tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch u'Baruch Shemo.
Mikadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to services at Bet Shalom Congregation and to my Bar Mitzvah. My Torah portion is Beshalach from the book of Exodus. My Torah portion is about Moses and his journey through the desert and passing through the Sea of Reeds. It begins with the Israelites escaping from Pharaoh and his chariots and going into the desert. They are guided by an angel that takes form of wind in the day and fire in the night. The angel helps shield them from Pharaoh and his soldiers and keeps them on their path to the Holy Land. Of course, God makes sure the angel will only lead them so far. When they reach the Sea of Reeds, Moses asks God what to do, and God responds, "Why do you cry out to me?" Then, due to a man named Nachshon's leap of faith, the Sea of Reeds parted. Nachshon had so much faith in God that he decided to walk right into the sea, and he kept walking until he was up to his knees, then his waist, and then his chin. He takes one more step until he's finally fully submerged in water in the sea, and then, only then, does the sea part. What's interesting about Nachshon's story is it actually doesn't come from the Torah itself. It comes from a different book called the Midrash. The Midrash is a book created by the rabbis to kind of explain things that they don't understand. For example, in Genesis, when Adam and Eve are created, and they are the only people on earth, but then the story transfers to Cain and Abel, even though it says nothing about Adam and Eve having children, the explanation to that would be in the Midrash. Anyway, I think Nachshon's example of putting faith and work into something to find what you want is a very important lesson in the world today. I believe that by learning this, you could greatly benefit in life. My Torah portion teaches you that when you put faith and hard work into something, it will often go your way. This lesson has affected my life in many ways. For example, in basketball, when I believe in my team and my teammates and have faith in them making a shot, I pass to them. Then they make the shot, and that helps our team win. As much as it helps me to have faith in someone, it also helps that person you have faith in. If someone were to believe in you, that makes a bond between you better and makes you feel that you can make that shot and help the team. Even though it took a lot of hard work and persistence, after I got done with all the hard work, I could look back and see the deeper meaning and significance of my Torah portion. I feel my hard work really makes me appreciate the symbolism behind the Torah and give me a better insight on what my Torah portion means. Also, later in the story, I interpret God asking Moses, "Why do you cry out to me?" as an example of if you have great faith in something and you believe in something, it'll only get you halfway there, like when the angel left the Israelites after they got to the sea. The other half is having so much faith that you actually do something, like when Nachshon risked his life for God. I often ask myself the question of how long Nachshon would have stayed underwater if the Sea of Reeds had not parted, and also if he would have died just to prove that to God that that's how much he believed in him. I would like to thank all the out-of-town guests for coming and sharing this special day with me. Thank you, Cantor Seeger, for the great music, for helping me get to the place where I am now. I would like to thank my parents for helping me practice and keeping me on the right path. Lastly, I would thank you, Rabbi Lockitz and Rabbi Krumings, for leading this great service, and Rita Lusky for the wonderful music. Thank you to everyone for coming here, and Shabbat Shalom. Please join me in singing the Shehayana. Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam,
Shechechianu v'kiyamanu v'hikianu lezman hazeh.
Please turn to page 35 and rise as we prepare to return the Torah to the Ark.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki nixkav shemo levado. Let us praise the name of Adonai, whose name alone is exalted. God's teaching is perfect, reviving the soul.
God's word is unfailing, making wise the simple.
God's precepts are right, delighting the mind.
God's mitzvot are clear, giving light to the eyes.
God's doctrine is pure, enduring forever.
God's guidance is true and altogether just.
Behold, a good doctrine has been given to you, my Torah. Do not forsake it. It is a tree of life for those who hold fast to it, and all who cling to it find happiness. Its ways of life are pleasantness, and all its paths are peace. Help us return to you, Adonai, then truly shall we return. Renew our days in the past.
Well, there's lots of comparisons to be made, I think. I mentioned this to you before we came in this morning, between the celebration that the Israelites had when they crossed to the other side of the sea and the celebration of finishing becoming a bar mitzvah, all of that hard work. What's problematic about that is that if we compare those celebrations of reaching some great new state of existence, then we'd be comparing being a teenager to being an Israelite slave, which is not necessarily a great comparison to make. We don't think that being a teenager is like being a slave, but I'm sure that there are some aspects of it that might feel like that sometimes. In any event, you have crossed the sea, you've gotten to the other side, and like Miriam with her timbrel, you could be dancing and singing right now because you did a terrific job of learning from the Torah and then transmitting to us some of its message. And I want to focus a little bit on this story and include some of the Midrash, because I see that you're interested in the Midrash, the rabbi's understanding of the text. And that was the oral tradition that was handed down that they eventually wrote down, which became the Midrash. And they filled in a lot of blanks for us, and they also connected different parts of the story for us in a way that might not seem obvious. There's a lot of this, not that in the Torah. Don't do this, do that. Don't be like them, be like those people. And in fact, your Torah portion has a great example of that, because at the same time that the Israelites are freed from the Egyptians, and we're watching the Egyptians drown in the sea, and God gets upset about it in the Midrash, not in the story, but the rabbis write into the story that God is angry that the angels would sing and dance in joy and celebration while the Egyptians are drowning. In fact, they put words into God's mouth and say, "How dare you dance and sing while my beings are drowning?" But at the end of your Torah portion, we have another example of an enemy being killed, and they're called Amalek. And Amalek they didn't enslave the Israelites, but they were pretty bad. They were known to come around behind them as they were moving through the desert and pick them off, the women and children, from behind. And God essentially says, you need to destroy them, and you need to blot out their memory. And in fact, later, the Israelites are punished because they didn't destroy them well enough. We have this great juxtaposition. Why is God upset about the Egyptians, but why is God not upset about the Amalekites? And, of course, in the Midrash, we can find an answer. It's all about trust. Now, you defined it as faith, that Nachshon had faith in God, that if he just took those first steps into the water, that something miraculous was going to happen. Well, there's also something miraculous that happens right before the Amalekites were told to destroy them. It's that the Israelites don't have water in the desert, and they start to complain bitterly. And they go to Moses and they say, "You got to get us water." And Moses goes to God, and God says, "Take your staff and strike the rock, and water's going to come from it." And water does. Another great water-based miracle. The difference is that the miracle that you described comes from a great trust that God is going to do what they need. The miracle of the water at the end of the story comes in great frustration that they don't think that God is with them. In fact, in the text it says, "Is God still with us?" Now, the rabbis describe this, and I don't want to get into a deep theological explanation here standing with you on the pulpit, but the rabbis describe this idea of what it is, faith or trust, not in whether or not God exists, not in, what's my conception of God versus your conception of God, but in the idea of trust, that we are a part of something, that we have a tradition that's been given to us, and if we just trust in that system, things ultimately will work themselves out. Now, of course, life doesn't always work that way. But like Nachshon, if we but trust in the system, if we do what we think as a community we're supposed to do, then ultimately the world will be made a better place. That's what we're doing here with you this morning as you become a bar mitzvah. We are placing our trust in you, our faith in you, that you will walk like Nachshon into the waters and carry our traditions forward so that we know there will be future celebrations. We know that the light of the Torah is brought into the world, and then the world is made a better place. That's what it means to become a bar mitzvah. And so as you have crossed this sea and made it to the other side, you've done it in faith, in good faith, and you've done it by creating trust, your own trust in the tradition and these rituals, but our trust that you're going to carry these forward. And so it's with that trust and that faith and that appreciation of you that I invite Rabbi Crimmings over so that we can give you a blessing.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's countenance shine on you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May you know God's blessings of peace and happiness, joy and health today and every day. As together we say,
Amen.
Amen.
We'll turn now to the concluding prayers in our service. Please turn to page 37 and rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגרי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
On page 39, we'll read responsively. At the rising of the sun and at its going down, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we have decisions that are difficult to make, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live as we remember them. This morning, we think of those who have died in recent days. Sylvia Strauss Bergman, Irene Golden, Theodora Teddy Aronson, Marvin Silverman, Herb Cantor, Helena Bigos, Alan Elias, Paul Gordon, Daryl Flam, Dorothy Luxemburg, Pearl Lorraine Goldman, Harlan Stern. We also think of those whose yahrzeit occurred since we gathered last Shabbat. Saul Ansel, Irving Apple, Anne Birdie, Leona Burley, Paul Black, Louise Bowles, Rose Brickwitty, Teresa Chernez, Barbara Denahy, Joyce Lynn Deitch, Mimi Einseidler, Bertha Fidank, Stuart Friedel, May Goldman, Leo Gross, Marvin Harris, Philip Hoffman, Charlotte Juster, Rochelle Kleinbaum, Pearl Ladden, Fritz Lindholm, Lee Luther, Toby Madoy, Ralph Mason, William Mayberg, Viola McAndrews, Barney Maroner, Norman Noun, Paul Poley, Sherman Rackner, Edith Rosen Rifkin, Libby Rosenzweig, Ruth Sandals, Rose Schacht, Jack Schwartz, Gerald Servos, Gertrude Shapiro, Bess Siegel, Lauren J. Seimer Sr., Renee Singer, Renee Swartz, Clara Toberman, Robert Wachtel, Burton Weisbrun, Bobby Wigglesworth, Bessie Marcus Wolpert. We also think of those in Isaac's family who they are remembering on this special day. Aaron Saworski, Reen DeRossi, Jack Lubin, Marjorie Lubin, Mort Zwerman, Solomon Swirsky, Ray Swirsky, Ernestina Roldan, Gustavo Roldan. If you are remembering somebody this morning for Shloshim or for Yahrzeit and you'd like to share their name with our community, I invite you to do so now as I look your way. Zikronam Livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing as we turn together to page 40 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach hirotei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael v'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'alam olmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit hala v'yit halal shemei d'kudasha barechu la'ela minkol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata da'imiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen.
Oseh shalom imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen.
You may be seated. This time we are going to invite Isaac to come back over, and this time your parents have a few words of blessing to share with you, so we'll invite Miriam and David to come up on the bima. I have them here too, but
Wow, Isaac. Mom and I are so proud. That was quick. Of how well you did today. But more than that, we're proud of the young man you've become over the last year. We watched you work so hard. You are a warm and caring older brother to Olivia. Oh, this is harder than I thought. While I wrote this, I was actually listening to you play piano while Olivia sang beautiful Beatles songs. You were coaching each other so nicely. You're also a smart, probably embarrassed, funny, creative, and determined young man. When you channel all those things, you can really do some amazing stuff. Like making sure you and I binge watch Lost for 12 hours. Figuring out by ear how to play piano on your favorite songs. Or maybe even cleaning your room. No. 13 years ago, when Mom and I found out you were on your way, we spent a long time trying to come up with the perfect name for you. We initially liked Isaac for the way it sounded, but when we discovered the true meaning of Isaac, we knew for sure that was the right name for you. The name comes from the story of Abraham laughing when God told him that his elderly wife Sarah would become pregnant. Your name means laughter. And boy, do you bring laughter to our lives. In any situation, you can make us laugh. Make me laugh now? No? You have been telling stories from the day you started talking, which was early. Stories about your imaginary friend, Princess Yellowfeather. Or making up your very own tentacled superheroes. Recently, you've been making up and singing songs about life from an adult's perspective. You do this in a way most would not expect from a 13-year-old. Even when you explain your own jokes with a tongue-in-cheek explanation, it is funny. You have a natural understanding of humor beyond your years. You constantly make us laugh, sometimes even when we don't want to. You have coined the phrase, the mad smile, which you use to describe my face when you make me so mad, I begin to smile. You mastered the art of drawing out this mad smile in me no matter how frustrated I am or how much you're potchking me. Right now, I do not have the mad smile. I have the exact opposite, the happy tears. Continue to be you. I can't wait to see what happens next. I love you.
Isaac, thank you for reading so beautifully from the Torah today. In all your hours of study, you inspired me to reflect on miracles. Towards the end of your portion, Miriam the prophet, having just witnessed the miracle of the splitting of the sea, life and death, awe and fear, picks up her hand drum and chooses to sing God's glory. My prayer for you today is that you also choose to sing or laugh or play piano when God blesses you, that you recognize that God is always there guiding you. On Monday, I watched the billions of snowflakes fall, and I remembered the snow on the night you were born. As I marveled at the fact that each snowflake is unique, I stood in awe of the abundance of miracles all around us and prayed that your eyes are always open to them. God has blessed us with 5 major miracles and 1 little one in the 13 wonderful years of your life. Tony and Christine's wedding, Daddy's courage on September 11th, Lita's grace, your birth, Grandma and Grandpa's love, and Uncle Billy's pirate ship. The first miracle that got us here is that Daddy and I met because Tony and Christine's wedding day and Lita's birthday party overlapped, and we sat next to each other on an airplane. The second miracle is that God protected Daddy on the terrible Tuesday of September 11th and delivered him safely to my doorstep the next morning. His courage that day in going back for a colleague and overcoming that trauma continue to bless us every day. The third miracle is that Lita filled her heart with forgiveness and encouraged us to build a Jewish home. The fourth miracle is that you were born, and instantly you filled our home with joy. I can still see your 3-year-old self dancing around the kitchen with a blanket over your head, pretending to be an octopus. The fifth miracle is that we moved to Minnesota because Grandma and Grandpa said shortly and simply, you have to think of the future. And here we are at Bet Shalom. The last little everyday miracle I am grateful for today is Uncle Billy's pirate ship. On your 3rd birthday, Uncle Billy bought you an intricate ship filled with levers and pulleys. The mechanisms were hidden, and it gave you joy to lower the plank and hoist the sails. Last summer, as we sifted through the treasures in your closet, you hoisted the sails once more. Surprise! Your eyes still sparkled, and the corners of your mouth turned up to smile. I pray you see today as the beginning of your own story, where God is always the wind in your sails, guiding you towards safety, prosperity, and love. I hope that you embrace the challenges of being a young man with that same sparkle in your eye. As Jack Sparrow once said, live every morsel of your entire being alive to the infinite mystery of it all.
We'll now invite Ken Rissman, who is representing our Board of Trustees this morning, who is going to share a few gifts on behalf of the community.
Well, Mazel Tov to all of you. You know, I know you were inspired by Nachshon. We're all inspired by you, and that's a wonderful feeling, and I hope you'll experience much more of it to find that not only are you inspired, but that you inspire others. So we're all delighted, and my honor as a member of this congregation to really invite you and welcome you into the congregation. We've been saying this is a conversation that's been going on for 3,000 years, and you're very much a part of it, and we welcome your continued participation. Now, earlier today, you signed this beautiful bar mitzvah certificate. In that certificate, you commit to actions, and they're important actions, to study the Torah, to observe the Shabbat, and all of the participation in the synagogue and in the Jewish community, involvement with Israel, and Tikkun Olam, to improve and better the world. So that's a lot to take on, and you take it on willingly, and we're delighted that you are. Now, in connection with all of those things that you've committed to take on, we have some gifts from the congregation and the community. The first is this text messages. This is a different text messages that has become current, but it's a beautiful set of commentaries. If you just take a look at those once in a while, when you get tired of seeing the other text messages, you'll be glad that you did. There's to help to commemorate the Shabbat. There's a beautiful Kiddush cup from the women of Bet Shalom. We also have certificates for involvement with the Jewish community in terms of there's a membership in the Jewish Community Center, the JCC. There are certificates for participation and visiting and getting to know Israel, which is a wonderful experience. And so we just are so proud of you and so glad to have you as part of the congregation. So Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to invite Olivia to come and join us up on the bima as well. Let's all turn in our prayer books to page 41 and rise for Vishamru.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasot et HaShabbat Ledorotam berit olam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasot et HaShabbat Ledorotam berit olam Israel, Oti leolam, Oti leolam, Veshamru v'nei Israel et HaShabbat, Lasot et HaShabbat, Ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasot et hashabat ledorotam berit olam uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash Veshamru v'nei Yisrael לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Borei peri hagafen.
L'chaim. You can take a sip. Pass it around to your family and then uncover the challah for us and lead us in Hamotzi.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
As you are ripping off a piece and sharing it with your family, we're going to invite your classmates. We're going to invite all of those who are here this morning who became bar mitzvah in the previous year or who will be becoming bar bat mitzvah in the year to come to join us up on the bima for our closing songs. Please turn to page 42.
Ein Eloheinu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kemakenu, ein Kemoshienu, mich Eloheinu, mich Adonenu, mich Malkeinu, mich Moshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Tefillat Haderach on page 43.
May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. Peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. Blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.